Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to give you guys an update on Atlanta Falcons training camp. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So today in Atlanta Falcons training camp, Coach Raheem Morris did state that first round pick Jalen Walker has been dealing with a hamstring issue or a hamstring tweak. He did mention that it was a minor injury and it's not something that's serious. And that's the reason why they've been holding Jalen Walker out of practice on these training camp practices. But Jalen Walker did actually practice today just in the one-on-one type drills where he was on the side just doing individual drills. He wasn't taking any snaps as far as the 11-on-11 work and things of that nature. He was just off on the side doing drills by himself with the outside linebackers and the linebackers and things of that nature. But I do think that that's great news that Jalen Walker isn't seriously injured. I do think that they're doing the right thing as far as holding him out because we want him to be ready to go when the season opens up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in week 1. So I really feel like the best thing to do at this point is protect Jalen Walker from himself. Raheem Morris did state that he really wants to practice, and Jalen Walker has been, bugging him to get on the field and things of that nature. But I definitely think that they're doing the right thing by protecting the asset. Don't allow him to go out there, and get injured worse, because we know that hamstring injuries can be an injury that lingers. Also in Atlanta Falcons training camp today, Michael Penix Jr. continues to impress as he's now the starter for our Atlanta Falcons. They mentioned that he hit Drake London during the 11-on-11 drills like 4 times in a row on passes and things of that nature. And I definitely think that it's great that he's developing that chemistry with the Drake Londons and the Kyle Pitts of the world. But I really feel like Michael Penix Jr. and Drake London has a chance to be that next great tandem here in Atlanta. When we talk about Matt Ryan and Roddy White, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, I really feel like Michael Penix Jr. and Drake London has that opportunity to be the next great quarterback and wide receiver tandem for this Falcons offense or for this Falcons franchise. So I definitely think that it's great that they are continuing to develop that chemistry. I seen today Cordell Hodge at that wide receiver spot made some plays today. They've been raving about David Seals, who's one of the backup wide receivers. They say he's been really doing his thing there at training camp as well. He's a guy that's kind of under the radar, but they say he's been really balling out. So I'm interested to see him in these preseason games. But there has been a ton of physicality and things of that nature, especially now since they put on the pads. They talked to players like Brandon Dorlus after practice and James Pierce Jr. And Brandon Dorlus basically stated that he loves Coach Ali, the defensive lines coach, and Jeff Ulbrich. He loves that they bring that attack style mindset to this Atlanta Falcons defense. But Brandon Dorlus talked about, getting off the ball is what's key to Jeff Ulbrich's defense and Coach Ali, that they want these guys to, come off the ball fast and be aggressive. He talked about them not really focusing necessarily on their technique a whole lot or getting on them about technique, but he just wants those guys to come off the ball fast and be disruptive on the defensive line. And I really feel like that's great to hear, that players feel like they have the ability to make mistakes but also be aggressive at all times. I really feel like that's what the Falcons have struggled with throughout the last couple years. Is we weren't aggressive enough on the defensive line. We weren't aggressive enough as far as our defensive schemes and things of that nature. So it's a breath of fresh air to hear that these guys are going out there and they're teaching them that aggressive and being in attack mode at all times is the right mindset to have, especially in the trenches. Now, I really feel like James Pierce Jr. has been the talk of training camp. They've been stating that he's one of those guys that's been with the ones, and he's been playing really, really well, practicing really, really well, with the number one unit. And he's been one of those guys that's been disruptive all camp. So I'm very interested to see James Pierce Jr., especially once the season kicks off and things of that nature. I do believe that James Pierce Jr. has a chip on his shoulder because he did go in to the draft and things of that nature as one of those guys that was one of the top edge rushers in the draft coming out, and he did kind of slide, being picked at, like, I believe it was number 26 if I'm not mistaken, when we traded up for him with the LA Rams. So I really feel like James Pierce Jr. Is one of those guys that has a chip on his shoulder, and he's out to prove that he's one of the better pass rushers in the game, as far as one of the younger pass rushers in the game. He did talk about Leonard Floyd being one of those guys that's his mentor, and that he's been being compared to Leonard Floyd ever since he was in college at Tennessee. But he mentioned that him and Leonard Floyd have a good relationship, and that they were actually had a relationship prior to him signing with the Atlanta Falcons. So I definitely think that Leonard Floyd can teach James Pierce Jr. a lot. And being that those guys both have a similar, body frame and things of that nature, I really feel like James Pierce Jr., he has that vet that he can learn a lot from, especially as far as being a professional and things of that nature. So loving what I'm hearing out of training camp. Like I said, the defense has really been doing their thing as well. Guys like Caden Ellis, guys like Jesse Bates, those guys have been doing their thing as well. But really excited about this upcoming preseason game. The first game is next week. We know that the NFL season did kick off tonight with the Hall of Fame game. So I have a lot more content coming for you guys. If you enjoy my content, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for your boy. But as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.